coming off this big weekend, last weekend against Florida, you dive back in it against Auburn. Another big opportunity for you fellas.
Yeah, no, I really like this Auburn team. I just about probably 80% done watching, film and breaking them down. Really like their offense. Think their offense is really, really good. Very similar to ours.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're very similar in general. I think the strength of their pitching staff is their depth.
Mm-hmm.
They'll throw a lot of guys similar to us. So, yeah, really excited. Another great opportunity, man.
You said after the game the other day talking about the offense. One of these days there's going to come a time where, things maybe not go quite your way. But as far as the consistency of the bats right now, I mean, how is that something y'all can keep up?
You hope.
Yeah.
Look, you guys know this. There's going to be a weekend where, maybe the results aren't what you look at. You look at the hit column on the scoreboard and it says 4, but it's going to be we hit, 8 balls, 105, and they were right at somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those weekends, it's coming. I mean, it's our league. It's just going to happen. You hope that your pitching staff at that point can do their job as well and hold the other team to that. But yeah, no, you really hope for the consistency. I know to think that it's going to be there for 24 more games. I'd be crazy.
Speaking of pitching, same rotation this weekend.
Yeah, we'll go Charlie, and then we'll go Curley, and then Leighton.
As far as Charlie goes, I mean, kind of what steps are you kind of seeing him, starting to make a little bit?
Yeah, guys, it's I don't want to chase rabbits, but
sure.
You look at Alton Davis, you look at Charlie. I mean, I can pull up a couple of different events, and they would have completely different numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you look at Charlie's given up. I think he's only given up 6 hits this year, and 4 of them have been homers.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them have been on fastballs. So as I continue to tell you, like fastball command for him right now. I mean,
mm-hmm.
The other homer was on a changeup to the Hage kid from Kentucky. He was a really good player. I think his off speed's been there. I mean, you look at his numbers. I mean, they're only hitting 167 off of him or something like that. So we just got to get the fastball in some better spots at the right time against the right hitters, and I think you'll see him, be fine.
Did Curly ever tell you what music he's listening to when he's bobbing his head back and forth? Or?
No, I'll let him go. That's his deal. I'll let him go.
Starting to get some Mark Fidrich vibes of him, aren't we?
Yes. Come on, man. That guy was crazy. Or Turk Wendell brushing his teeth in between innings. Right?
Well, go ahead.
Walks were obviously down this past weekend. Saw you challenge a couple of the guys after issuing one. Do you think it's a mental thing with him?
No, I just think, I know you guys probably tired of me saying me. You really look at how we had to start the season. Some guys got thrown. We just never could reset. Some guys needed to get some work back out here on the mound and good bullpens. But we had so many games early, and we scratched our opening day starter. Then we had Harris getting ready to go in a midweek, and he got sick. And then we had Smith ready to go again, and he got sick. And so when that happens, and you go, oh, that's just it. Well, you got to bump people up. And that takes people away from getting off the mound and working on the few little falls. So now, or faults that they have. So now you get stuck trying to just talk to them about it. Hey, do this, because in pitching, it's not like hitting. I mean, I can't just bring a guy out here and have him throw a 50-pitch pen, and then tomorrow he comes out and he's going to be fresh and good. Mm-hmm. So I think what you're seeing, and as I was, was talking to y'all about a couple weeks, we needed a reset. We're starting to get there. We're still going to walk a guy or two, but it's baseball. It's kind of like you're going to strike out. Heck, we struck out 13 times on that Saturday in the Florida series, but yeah, we put up 17. So I mean, it's just going to happen. But yeah, they're coming down. I think part of it is we're just getting to get back into a regular routine.
You've talked about building this roster to this ballpark in the past, which I guess kind of means guys that can hit the ball to the trees to a certain extent. And you guys obviously went on the road and hit homers the other day. I mean, how much is that kind of what you did build this team around?
Yeah, like you just, that's what we have to do. We have to hit home runs in our ballpark. When I took the job here, one of the things that stuck out when I was looking at surface numbers is teams who were winning the game averaged almost 3 home runs a game. Where you look at stuff like at Kentucky, who's got a big ballpark, and it didn't matter, like 1 was a good day. the ballpark's so big. So, you know, I immediately said, well, this ballpark's built for homers. You know, it was almost 6 homers a game. And an SEC weekend is what was getting averaged at times. And so it's like, well, you got to hit homers to win here. And the ballpark plays, I mean, you guys know, I mean, our right field's short. Center field plays pretty true, but then in left field, even though it's deep, we get the right wind. It plays short. So those were things I looked at, and I said we've got to get guys to hit home. We're not, you know, the thing that's unique about this is we do have a few guys who can steal some bases, but we weren't caught up in trying to find guys who could run and bunt. Where just to compare and contrast, like at Kentucky, I think you need that to win at their ballpark. If I was at Kentucky, we would recruit a whole different style of player than what we recruit here, just because there's days you can hit it 3 times and not get it out of their ballpark. So you better be able to run, you better be able to bunt, you better be able to hit and run, and low line drives win and stuff like that.
Ask you this analytical world as far as the hitters go. What the way that Coach Coggin kind of relates to these guys? What is it about that makes him successful with doing that?
Well, I think he does a really good job. You know, we talk. I mean, you guys know this. We live in that day and age. Visuals are huge. I think there's more people that are visual learners than audio, or you know, learn more or less by audio or reading. So he does a great job with the video and really connects with them. And I think the guys like that. And yeah, I mean, he connects with them extremely well.
Getting back to starting pitching a little bit more, of course. You know, Leighton went solid 5 innings the other day. Just how much easier it makes it when you can get a starter to go 5. These other guys can settle into roles, and you kind of do what you did last week, and it makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, come on! In a perfect world, you wish you look up and we'd have 15 innings from starters this time next week. I'll be fist pumping somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it does. It allows guys to get in instead of having to have a guy down there, you know, in the 2nd or 3rd inning, and he's having to go through his warm-up because he may be in the next inning, right? Now it gives him a little more time. And I'm huge on this. I want our guys to watch the game and see how their hitters are approaching the game the first time through the order. And so being able to be right here on this rail and watch that's huge.
What's Butch got Auburn really being pretty good at right now?
Man, I tell you what, like I say, they are offensive, man. God, they can hit. Really, really impressed with them on video, on, you know, what they. So I think they're feeding off that, and then I think he's got his pitching staff under the mindset of, hey, you just go out there, and if you give us 2, great. Yeah, you look at what he's done. He's thrown a lot of guys for 6 outs, 8, 9, 10, 11 outs. They're out of the game, and I think I think their team has bought into that.
And you don't get to see one more. You don't get to see one of the best pitchers in the league this weekend too, in Fisher. Just what about him?
Yeah, no, but we'll be ready. I mean, I think the King kid at Florida has really good.
Yeah, he did.
McNeely's got great numbers. Philpott's got great numbers. You know, and then you go back to Kentucky. I really liked the Cleaver kid. I think he threw on Sunday, the lefty. I like the Rouse kid they brought in out of the pen. I mean, yeah, it won't stop. And we're going to go to Texas next weekend and see a left-hander who throws 100. So it's every weekend you see good ones.